Hello and welcome to the SEO plus AI show. My name is Josh, SEO Agent Bashinsky, and today I have with me my co-host Greg Bassani. Say hi there, Greg.
Hello, everybody. How's it going today, Josh?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good.
And we are extra blessed today to have with us also Ryan Mazie. Say hi there, Ryan.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for having me on again, Josh and Greg. Always good to see you soon.
What's up, Ryan?
It is my pleasure, sir. Ryan is an expert in agency SEO and local SEO, which is why we have him on the show today, because we're going to be talking about how to crush agency SEO with AI. If you've been living under a rock, you might not have noticed AI has come around. And it's a thing now. And it can help you just absolutely destroy your agency SEO, tremendously reduce your costs, tremendously increase your output, tremendously improve your output, and save you and make you a lot of money. So that's what today's show is about. But before I get to that, let me give you my basic preamble about the SEO plus AI show. So if you've never seen the show before, we are a show about, you guessed it, SEO plus AI. We are all about finding the best AI, the most next generation AI to help you crush your SEO, to improve your SEO. I've been doing SEO for over 25 years. I've been doing SEO longer than Google's been around. Well, actually, Google's been around 25 years, but I've been around longer than Google's been popular. When I started doing SEO back in the late 90s, it was Alta Vista, it was Metacrawler, it was Yahoo, it was stuff like that. And so I've worked with agencies, I've run agencies, and I've worked in agencies. And so I've been doing a lot of agency SEO for the last 25 years, and I know all the pain points. I know all the things that you want to do for agency SEO, how to make more money, how to produce better content, how to produce it faster, cheaper, better, and how to make a lot of money and save your costs. But also Ryan has been doing a lot of agency SEO as well, and more in the local areas than I have. And so Ryan, we're blessed to have him here today, and he's going to help us talk about that as we get on with the show. So let me give a basic preamble before we get started. So agency SEO really comes down to your processes, right? So like any business process that you want to be optimizing, agency SEO is absolutely no different. The name of the game is typically for agency SEO, and Ryan, go ahead, feel free to chime in if you feel that I'm off base or there's something you want to add to this. Basically, for me, agency SEO comes down to throughput. There's usually standard billable things that an agency has. And again, Ryan, you can chime in if you feel like I'm off base, there's stuff that I'm missing. You're selling links. You're selling SEO in general. Basically, SEO is SEO, right? You want to get your clients' web pages, your customers' web pages to the top of Google. You want them to be making money from those web pages, and you want them to be able to continue paying your agency rates on a monthly basis, right? So getting them ranking for keywords that are going to make you the most amount of money. It's not just any keywords. You want to get your clients ranking for keywords that are going to make you the most amount of money. And AI can really help you find those keywords there. I'll show you how to do that on today's show. But what do you have to do for that SEO boosting? Well, basically it's selling links usually and selling content. And selling audits. Those are the three things mainly that an agency will do. They will sell you links for the SEO. They will sell you content for the SEO, both supporting pages and money pages to make the clients money. That's an easily billable thing that you can do it on a monthly basis. And yes, agencies do other stuff than that. They do more stuff than that. If it's local clients, of course, they'll pimp out your GMB and they will do your GMB SEO as well. And then finally, they're going to be they might do some conversion rate optimization on the pages to make sure you're selling as much as possible. You can be upselling, bundle selling, things like that, of that nature. And then finally, they'll be doing audits. They can do an audit at the beginning of the process, in the middle of the process, periodically through the process. But they're doing the audits to find out other billable things you can be doing, like technical SEO, trying to make sure the technical SEO is up to date. And they have all the different kinds of packages within there of variations that you'll be selling. Ryan, did I forget anything? Do you think that's on base?
I think that's pretty on base when you talk about like from the client to the service. Some things I might trying to think of anything that you would add to that in terms of points. Systems is really, really important. I would say that if you're building out an agency for SEO services, there's only, your ability to act and get things done quickly is directly related to how many SOPs and pre-made directions you have for your team to use.
Yes.
Sometimes the challenge when you're building out this system is that you need to build a system that is, if you're niche specific or, it's going to work for that niche, because you're going to be selling a product pretty much probably by the line item in X, what we call deliverables, things that you execute. And you need to know that if you promised them when you sold it that, you're going to see these results at certain points, that whatever thing you apply to that needs to hit those results. So as you're constructing these processes, it's always with the mindset of helping complement the story that started the sales process and will get them ranking.
Exactly. So that's the perfect segue for what I was going to talk about next. So once you've realized those services, those standard services you're going to do, you need to have the proper SOPs, the standard operating procedures. You need to have the methodologies down packed, and you need to, it's a business process like any other business process, which needs to be optimized. As much as your pages need to be optimized, your processes needs to be optimized. So thank you very much, Ryan, for that segue. But before we get to that part of it, let me just quickly check to see here if there's any questions anybody has. David says, in our rapidly changing AI environment, it seems like your platform is proportionately evolving as well. Can you please tell us how the AI frontier has led you to wearing plaid? Hashtag plaid brand. Well, usually I'm wearing plaid. Typically I'm wearing plaid. Today I have my agency sweater on with a pithy yet cool Star Trek t-shirt. Logic is the beginning of wisdom and not the not the end.
I was gonna say it's not an agency wear unless it looks a little sporty. Yeah, you gotta look like you go fast if you're running an agency.
That's great. I love it. You gotta look like you go fast. Well, I was gonna wear I have a couple of golf shirts, even though I don't golf. Greg will find this funny. I used to live on a golf course. Bear Mountain in Victoria is a very expensive club. And I used to own a condo on the course. Even though I don't play golf, I was sitting right on the second hole. I would watch people tee off and go past me. And so I was shopping locally there. And I was wearing very fast agency style, kind of, you think my name would be Chet or something. I'm Chad or Chet, wearing this agency kind of shirt. But today I wore my agency sweater, so I look like the thoughtful agency owner with the nerd glasses and the cool beard and the cool hair. And I'm claiming my beard and hair are cool. You just roll with me, just roll with it, and the pithy T-shirt. So I could be like, we'll nail the SOPs and we'll get your pages ranking. No problem. So this is my agency look right here. So I hope you appreciate the agency look. So I'm sorry, David. There'll be plaid next week. I promise. There'll be plaid and chest hair next week. It will be a chest hair plaid palooza just for you next week. So back to the show. So before we get to improving those processes, and I'm going to show you where AI can just destroy improving those processes there, I want to talk to you about how AI can really help with the normal SEO things you do. So building links, AI can crush building links. You can greatly improve your speed. You can greatly improve the quality of your links. You can greatly improve the process of making your links. That's something that agency SEO can crush right off the bat. I'll show you how to do it in today's show. Another thing you can crush is generating content, doing all of your on-page, right? AI, super smart next generation AIs can find you all the simple keywords to rank for, the easiest keywords to rank for that also make you the most money. So AI can crush that. AI can find all of your SEO keywords you need to put in the page to guarantee ranking boosts from statistical analyses and from single variable tests. That is to say, reverse engineering. But that doesn't make it black hat. It's still white hat. Your pages you're building are completely white hat. And by the way, everything I'm talking about today is completely white hat building, right? Entirely white hat agency related SEO stuff is what we're talking about today. From having SEO knowledge from doing this for 25 years, right? So I can pass on the knowledge to you through the super smart AI, which just starts taking over and doing really fast some of the jobs you were doing that you don't need to do anymore. AI can do it for you. So it can crush the links for you. It can crush the content generation for you. Instead of generating 10 pages or 5 pages for your client per month, you can generate 50 or 100 pages per month for cheaper, for less money than it's costing you now. AI can do that faster, better, cheaper. Super smart AI can do that. Not ChatGPT, not just the free tools. That's just crud, black hat stuff that you don't want to do. It'll risk your clients' rankings and it'll risk your portfolio and your reputation. And as an agency, Ryan, you tell me, as an agency, can you afford to get a bad reputation for your agency?
Nah, it's really like you don't want to get a bad rep because it typically sticks with you. Especially if you're in like a niche, right? So if you're in, let's say you're in car sales niche and you build out all your processes, your vendors, your links, the things that you'll use to make a good product for marketing car sales. If you make a bad name for that, that might ixnay that niche for you. And understand, like, you can't work for like typically it's bad practice to work for two different companies competing in the same market. So like in some areas, like Canada is not fully as full as the States, there's lots of empty land. A niche might be 50 clients, like max. And so working it around 50 people pretty easy. And when people look at spending the kind of money that they would spend on agency marketing, it typically comes with some good due diligence.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think you're totally right. You can't afford to get a bad name. You can't afford to get bad press. It sticks with you and will hurt your sales moving forward, especially when the niche is so small. And quite frankly, every niche is limited and small, but these 50-person niches are much smaller too, especially doing local. So AI can help you crush doing those things and set up the right SOPs, the right standard operating procedures, the right plans and processes. You could plan it to begin with off correctly, so you don't have to keep changing it and changing it as the SEO keywords change. I can show you how AI can crush that for you today as well. And then finally, the audit, we can show you how you would use AI to do advanced kind of auditing, and those kind of systems we're also building and we're engineering in our advanced AI tool as well, which you're going to be seeing how AI can do for you as well. You need a super smart AI to do this. You can't just use the free tools. ChatGPT can't become your SEO employee, right? It's just not smart enough. It's too generalized. It's trained on general public information. It's too generalized. So we'll show you how to put the AI together and a tool you can use that is super easy, super cheap, and that does all this super advanced stuff. It'll build your backlinks for you faster, cheaper, better. It'll build your content for you faster, cheaper, better. You can pay less to your employees. They can go faster for you. We're not talking about firing any employees. Your current employees can be trained up on these AI things, or I mean, it's up to you, whatever. But these current employees can be trained up on things, and they can do way more work, way faster, to a much higher quality, and you can charge your client more for more content being output, more backlinks being output, and more content being output.
I would add to that, the better and more, like the better you make your SOPs will be a direct response to one, how, I don't want to say like how good of a rate you get someone for, but if you can take someone off the street and give them your SOP and they can do that task, your access to workers is very vast because it requires no background knowledge. So the more you invest into those SOPs, not only can you get more people, but you can always help protect your product consistency. If you have a turnover, it's easier to fill because you have the training and the documents to do it. All these things will play into a smooth process. One thing I always say with agencies is that it's 5 times as hard to get caught up when you're behind your work than it is to get, just a little behind. And losing a person, not able to turn them over quickly is sometimes a big headache.
For sure. And that's, I'm glad you mentioned that as well, because that's another main point where having a next generation AI that is basically taking over some of the tasks an SEO consultant.
Oh yeah.
Is going to take stuff off your plate, and also is going to take stuff off your employees' plates, so that if, God forbid, should you have to switch over and change over with new employees, a lot of the process is already built into the tool. So that way it's easier to replace if you need to retrain if you need to, and to move forward with that. So how do you do it then? How do you do it? Well, as we were talking about it, it all comes down to the process of how you do these things. So let me show you in AI how you would do these things, and we'll show you how to build backlinks really, really fast, how to generate content really, really fast. But the first thing you need to do is you need to find the client the lowest hanging fruit keywords, right? Here's another problem, and Ryan, please correct me if I'm wrong. If you have to take 6 months to a year to rank a page, how impressive does that look to a client versus saying, I can rank this page for you within 3 to 6 weeks? Obviously, 6 months to a year is better if you can convince them to keep paying you that long. But how easy is it to keep getting them to pay you if you can rank pages in 6 weeks to 12 weeks instead of 6 months to 12 months, and then roll on to new keywords and just keep billing them for that? Which is the more preferred scenario? I mean, I think it's obvious, but you tell me.
Oh, goody. So I want to say it's the first one, but I can't remember which one came first. It's the one where you don't take a year, because that's just
yes.
That's just dog shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
The one where you don't have to take a year before giving anything back to the client is preferable, right?
What client wants to hear you need more than a year to get an ROI on something that they're budgeting a whole year for to get an ROI with?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a hard sell. Now, unless you're doing like really low fees and this client really believes in long, continuous marketing campaigns, then maybe that's a fit for them. But most clients who are going to be paying premium fees are looking for quick results, business moving quick, things to happen in a month or two, rather than years or months.
Yeah, no, I mean, you said it yourself. If they're paying a premium fee, then they need a premium product, right? If they're paying a premium fee, then they need to see boosts in the first month. Why can't you show them boosts in the first month? With the knowledge from my university, Underground SEO University, which we've used to put all the smarts into our AI, which is called Keyword Spy, which I'm about to show you, which is our next generation super smart AI, which does all this work for you. You could show results within the first month. It could take a month to get the ranking results. And it shouldn't take any longer than that. Now, some of you out there who run agencies are like, yeah, we do that already. Great. I can show you how to do it faster, cheaper, better. And some of you out there are like, well, it takes 6 to 12 months to rank. Everyone knows that. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Not if you have a super smart AI to help you out. Let me show you how you would do it. So the first step you need to do is find the low-hanging fruit. You need to find the best keywords that are easiest to go for. So you're doing like 50% supporting pages that are really easy to rank for and are really good to brag to the client. Say, hey, look, we've got you these 10 pages ranking, these supporting pages. Look, we got you on page 1, here it is, or page 2, and then we're moving it to page 1, here it is. And then we have the money pages, which could be easy. You could find the easier ones there, and maybe you can get ranking right away, or it might take a couple more months to get the money pages ranking. It depends on what niche your client is in. But at any rate, you need an AI to churn through all of the data to find the low-hanging fruit that also makes the most amount of money. That is also the easiest to rank for, right? You need an AI to crank through that. A human being cannot crank through all that information. You just can't. I don't care how long you've been working in SEO. I've been working in it for 25 years. You need an AI to churn through all that information. There's just no other human way to do it. So how do you do it? Well, let me show you. So I'll go to Keyword Spy here. Now you could try Keyword Spy for free. Go to trykeywordspy.com. You could try it for free for 2 weeks. Let me show you here the landing page. Here's our landing page. You can just log in with your Google. As I said, it's a full on-page solution, guaranteed boost, backed by science. Super AI finds you the best keywords to target, which I'm about to show you, and super easy AI content generation. It completely generates all your content for you. I'm going to show you that in a second. Okay, so first we would go to keyword discovery. Keyword discovery is where you would want to go here. And this is the tool that uses really advanced AI knowledge to churn through all of the data to find you the low-hanging fruit that is the easiest to rank for, that also will make you the absolute most amount of money. So what's a good agency kind of keyword, Ryan? What kind of agency keyword can you think of?
Like a term I might boom after, something I'd want to rank for as an agency to get lead, like a lead. Ooh, let's go.
Well, we could stick to real estate because agencies do some real estate, or they can do some law as well.
Yeah, real estate laws are a good one. Let's do real estate. That's a crazy market right now.
Okay, I already have one down for that, so that's good. So perfect. Anyway, this is how you would use this tool. So it's very simple, step by step. This is how you would use this tool. It's very simple. The goal is to find. Here's the steps here. You can mouse over the question mark. It tells you the steps as well. You want to fill in the difficulty modifiers here. Then you want to enter your EMQ and the general keywords you want to find. You want to cast a wider net. This could be an exact keyword you want to rank for, or it could be a general keyword you want to rank for. So I've done Vancouver neighborhoods. We'll get to that in a second. So this is what you would do. The AI is going to use these difficulty modifiers, doing a calculation of how easy things are to rank or not. So if you're a top level expert in this niche, you'd say yes. If you plan on using AI content that is not going to be to our spec, you might say yes to make it a little more difficult. You'd say yes here to be a little easier. And you'd say yes here if you're saying you're already using a powerful site. That will tell the AI, give it some hints in how difficult it will be to rank later on. Then you start with keywords, or you can start with an existing website instead if you want, or you can import and analyze keywords in bulk as well if you want to do that. We would just start with a normal keyword and we would put it in here. So let's say we're doing divorce lawyer LA. Let's say that was the one we were doing. I would say United States, most people, in fact, we would do California, United States, and we say get results. Okay, so that's running the tool now. The advanced AI is going through and finding all the best niches and all the best keywords that are the easiest to rank for, that will also make you the most money in and around this topic, right? So I'll let that run, but let's say you wanted to do Vancouver neighborhoods, which is a good one, which I did previously. So this is what the keyword report is going to look like when it's finally done. And you see it cast out a pretty wide net and found me 139 from one keyword. It found me 139 choice keywords to rank for. And again, this was just Vancouver neighborhoods. I could put each one of these in keyword difficulty afterwards and get more keywords around based on each of these. So you just rinse, repeat. You do one general keyword, then you take this one and you would copy and paste it, and you could generate difficulty scores for this particular one, or you could start a keyword report up here to get the actual SEO keywords you want to rank for this. So you just rinse, repeat, and you keep drilling down and getting more and more keywords as you go. But let's take a look at the actual numbers here, because this is where the magic comes in. You can also view the SERP to see, is this where I want to put my client here? And you get just a basic SERP. Is this where I want to put my client? Is this where I want my real estate client or my law client to rank? You could take a look to see if that's kind of where you want to go there. But let's look at the data that we have here. So we give you data that no other AI tool does. And that's what you kind of need for a next generation AI tool. We have you can make kind of a general idea for as a human. This is the Google Ads competition. It's low. Not a lot of people are bidding on this. You could kind of be like, okay, how much money is behind this if no people are bidding on it? But you could see that it's up 41% for these last 6 months. That's interesting. The average Google CPC is 37 cents, which is interesting. But the average monthly search volume is huge. It's 40,000. So let's say you have a realtor, a real estate agent, as a client for your agency. And let's say you want to have them ranking for a really expensive neighborhood in Vancouver, which is called Gastown. Anyone who lives in this area knows Gastown is kind of like one of the premier neighborhoods you might want to live in.
Gastown's nice.
It is very nice, yeah. So a lot of people want to live here, so it's a super awesome keyword to rank for a real estate agent, for example. And so it tells you that the traffic value is the traffic times the money. So there's a huge amount of traffic, a little bit of money. And the keyword ROI here, you see it's the highest. The keyword ROI is the monthly searches times the average CPC, the money, times how hot it is this year. So it's basically this times this is how we get the keyword ROI. And what does the keyword ROI stand for? ROI, of course, stands for return on investment. You are trying to make your clients get a return on their investment, right? If they're not making money, they're not going to pay you. So you don't just want to have your clients rank for anything. You want to have your clients rank for the easiest stuff to rank for that makes them the most amount of money based on actual data from actual real sources, not just from what the client says. Because I don't know, Ryan, you tell me how many times this happens to you. The client comes to you and says, we want to rank for this, we want to rank for that. Don't talk to me about any other keywords because we know those are the only keywords we care about. How often does that happen for you, Ryan?
There are more times than not, the client has sometimes an idea about winning a keyword that one is not a realistic keyword to try and win for, or two, it's something that like brings no actual like value to the KPIs you're working towards, whether it's revenues or leads, because it just might be too general of a keyword. But all the time that happens, and you can't always, and just with client management, you can't always be like, no, that's a garbage keyword, because that just might rub them the wrong way, and then you don't get the sale.
Right.
It's kind of like, oh, that is a cool keyword. You know what would be cool with that keyword? A couple more words on it, and kind of guide them into it. Yeah. God, that could use a near me or a city in it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So with the beautiful thing about having AI crush your agency SEO, though, is that you can go, fine. Yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll try ranking you for that keyword. No problem. Chiropractor, sure, we could try ranking you for chiropractor, no problem. And so that's one of your keywords you're going for. But you're like, we'll also try ranking you for all these other, you want to rank for real estate Vancouver? Sure, no problem, we can rank you for that. But let's also rank you for all these other sub keywords that have a huge ROI. Because look, if you can get just 10% of this average monthly search of 40,000 searches per month, you're getting them 4,000 traffic to their site. They're getting more signals. They're ranking better for their whole site. The whole site's getting more powerful. The whole site, every other keyword is ranking better, including their vanity keywords that they want to rank for. That, between us, all SEOs watching the show here, for agency SEO, clients are going to do, right? Clients are going to come up with that. Clients, we love our clients. Don't get me wrong. But clients be crazy. Clients do zany things, and they want us to rank for all the crazy keywords that are not really good for their KPIs. But as Ryan said, you can't really tell them it's a garbage keyword. So you could nudge them in the right direction maybe, or you could say, sure, I can rank you for that. Because with AI, now it's not such a grind anymore to rank for each keyword. Now it's super easy to find the keywords to rank for. It's super easy to find the keywords to put in them, and it's super easy to build the content out, which I'll show you.
Oh, yeah. Amen to that.
Really changes the game for agencies. Agencies that were struggling, in the red or struggling are now going to just have huge budgets and get a lot more clients and do a lot more work a lot more faster with this kind of next generation AI tool. And I keep telling people, SEO isn't dead. It just started. Like, this is the new SEO.
Yeah.
AI-based SEO is now the game.
It's
And it's the very
100%
beginning of
true.
the very beginning of this industry.
Yeah, being to add to that, I would say that the industry it's really unique. Because typically what happens is that, like Google was really far ahead in technology, but this latest advancement has really evened the playing field from the average Joe to like the tech leader, because
Yes.
the technology is accessible to everyone. So a couple of things what that means is that, one, as an SEO, you need to be more than just on page, but you also need to have your on page perfect and be able to pump it out at a good quality, because the access to that is there. Tools like
Yes.
this can definitely help with that. But the nature of search hasn't made SEO any more harder. If anything, it's made it a little bit easier to get into, but also the ability to, just easier to get into. So I think down the road, it's going to be more than about Google search. I think getting people to show for chat requests, other tools that pull out of the same database. Search optimization, although we measure and do a lot of the work in Google, is going to be moving to other apps and tools. And using tools like this to make sure your site's built out correctly, we'll make sure that those tools, whether Google search, Bing chat, pull your site up.
Yeah, exactly. And you're going to need AI to be able to handle it, like an AI like this, to move forward when Bing Chat starts to become a reality, or Apple Search starts to become a reality with Siri, which is right around the corner as well, or OpenAI Search with ChatGPT comes around the corner as well.
I had a client who said that they got a lead because a person asked Bing Chat which MSP they should use in Fort Lauderdale, and it recommended their company.
Yeah, exactly. Now, you could still do SEO for it. Now you need to be number one, because that's what the AI is going to recommend, the number first or maybe 2 or 3 spots. And so that's exactly why you need to use an AI tool like this, because you need to get leaner. You need to get stronger, you need to get leaner, you need to get faster. But you can do it with super smart AIs like this. Okay, so that's the keyword ROI. You want to find what's going to make them the most amount of money. You want the one that is going to make them the best return on investment. So those are the keywords that make the most money. However, what about difficulty? Like, what if this is a super difficult keyword to go for? There's 40,000 searches. It might be a super gastown neighborhood Vancouver, which is just an example. This is just an example for any kind of keyword you want. Like, for example, I'd done the a divorce lawyer Los Angeles, to which we already got some difficulty here that's being processed, and we could sort it by the final ROI. So we got LA divorce attorney. This is another really good one that you'd often do in agencies. It's got medium Google Ads competition. It makes money. It's up 50%. That's a little depressing. That's a divorce attorney. It's up 50%, but it's good money for you. $13 a click, 2,400 searches a month. It's got huge keyword ROI. But what's the difficulty? You're like thinking, oh, this must be super difficult to go for. Well, we'll find out. There's variations of this keyword you can go for, like divorce attorney in LA, or divorce lawyers in LA, or divorce attorney LA, or divorce attorney in Los Angeles, California. There's different variations of this keyword that you should be going for that are going to be easier. And it's LA divorce attorney, which the system thinks is the easiest. Now let's take a look at the difficulty. This is how the difficulty breaks down. Now, remember here when I had the difficulty modifiers, if I had selected those, it would have told me it would have been harder if I had done this one, easier if I'd done this one, easier if I'd done this one by 20%, 10%, and 10%, if I recall correctly. But I didn't select any of those. But quite frankly, the AIs looked at the system and it's like, you know what? These people don't really know how to do SEO. Quite frankly, they have not optimized for LA divorce attorney. They might have done divorce attorney LA. They didn't do LA divorce attorney, quite frankly. And that's the EMQ. And you can see here that no one is really optimized for it. And it's actually fairly easy to go for. That's because people are just forgetting how to do SEO, quite frankly. They're not doing SEO like it was 15 years ago. They're not focusing on the EMQ. Like doing SEO for the last 25 years, everybody did this difficulty analysis. Everyone looked for the right keywords to rank for to begin with. Instead of just going for divorce lawyer Los Angeles, California, we looked to see which was the better one. And this one's actually the better one out of all of them, right? Is the one you might want to nudge that client towards. Anyway, so the page rank is actually quite low. This is out of 100. No one has the EMQ in the page, the title, or the URL. And their page focus is up to 50% maybe in total. The site focus is, some of them are a little bit higher, a site focus. The EMQ title focus, it gets to 50% at best. So they don't have potent titles. They're having words in their titles they're not supposed to have. They're not doing super optimized SEO here. They don't have a lot of backlinks, quite frankly. And they do have a lot of organic traffic. So if that traffic is converting, that's a good signal for them. And finally, only 2 of them have brand awareness. So our Terminator-like AI has gone and has targeted the number 1 here is the easiest one off the spot. Also, 15 here is very easy to go for. 18 is easy to go for. 19 is easy to go for. So there's low-hanging fruit on these on this SERP that you can definitely go for. With the average difficulty of only 21%, we can pretty much guarantee in the system when you make a page on a normally healthy site for this exact keyword, following our tactics, with an average difficulty of 21, we can guarantee you basically spot 22 to 35, roughly. Around spot 30 is what I would expect you'd get right out of the gate for LA divorce attorney, which is a super choice, super lucrative keyword for either you, for a rank and rent scenario. Agencies can do rank and rent too. If you know that you're going to keep selling to local people, why wait to get them before starting to rank? You're paying your people 8 hours a day, right? Get them to start building out rank and rent sites that you can then start renting out to attorneys or renting out to real estate agents, and they're not afraid of the cold sell, and they will start renting the spot from you. And then when the client leaves, you rent it out to somebody else. You're not giving them the content. You can rent the content out to them, and you keep the content, right? That's another strategy that can make you a lot more money long term. If you do rank and rent, I'm not saying you have to, just think about it, agency folks out there. If you do rank and rent and you rank the pages ahead of time, with AI, it's easier to do, right? With AI, it gets super easy to do when you have your people trained up in this and they're ranking for the easiest keywords. Divorce attorney in LA, another super easy keyword. Divorce attorney Los Angeles, California, another fairly easy keyword. And you can find different angles of the content to have all these pages on, or you build out different sites dedicated to these different keywords, quite frankly, and have an easier time of ranking. And you can rent them out. Now, you might be like, some of these are a little too close to me. I don't want to do that. Fine. I think if you could possibly think of any kind of different, like LA divorce attorney is not the same as LA divorce lawyers. A lawyer and an attorney are not always the same thing. So you can tailor the content differently in these cases, right? And if there is, these are just examples for any kind of agency websites, any kind of agency pages you're building out. But quite frankly, if you can find and argue in the content that there is a different angle we can go for this article and a different angle we can go for this article, you can have them on the same site. Google will tell you if it ranks both of them, it likes both of them. If it doesn't like one of them, 301 it to the other one and move on. It's not 100%. It's not black hat. It's not spammy. It's just casting the widest net and answering the question fully and letting the algorithm decide. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing black hat about that. It's perfectly white hat. And if you're building this ahead of time for a rank and rent scenario, if it messes up, whoop-de-doo. You didn't ruin any clients' rankings. You built 100 pages, you only get 60 ranking, fine. 301 the other 40 pages. Now you have a 60-page site ready to rank and rent, and you can start renting it out for what, $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month?
It's true. That's typically, and so you guys know with like agency SEO, a lot of when you do agency, you do give up a little bit of the finesse surgical moves. Those will come later in the process, but like you would hit into one of these keywords. In my agency, I would set them up. They'd be executed, done, posted. We do have like Q&As throughout it. But until they start indexing, we might not know if some of them should be one pages or similar pages. And what we'll do is we'll just, from there, again, merge the page that needs to be merged. You might even find that like a good example is like LA divorce attorney and LA divorce lawyer are separate SERPs because technically lawyer and attorney are different. But in a different city, those might be like similar topics just because the way that content and language has been built out in that area. So when you're making agency moves, you might just have these kind of blanket things kept up. But if you're ever like, oh, what if I need to check this or move that? That's just another part of your agency process where like an on-page guy or a junior SEO is checking for this one particular issue on a bunch of sites. And then he's always doing that to them regularly.
Awesome. Yeah. Sorry. Just as you were talking there, I decided to get the LA divorce attorney report running. That'll find all the keywords and generate the article. And so we'll let that run. But let's go back here to keyword discovery. So yeah. So, I mean, finding the easier niches to rank for here. The final ROI is keyword ROI times keyword difficulty. So if you sort it by final ROI, it will find you the most lucrative keywords to rank for that are the easiest. You can also just sort it by keyword difficulty, quite frankly, and just find the easier keywords to rank for to begin with. Another thing I like to do, which is built into the new tool, which hasn't been released yet, is the Josh 80, which basically is you sort it by year-over-year change. You find what the hot keywords are, and then you do the next top 20 for those of the year-over-year change. Then you find the ones that have the most money behind them, and you do the next 20 of those, and that will give you the highest ones there. And then finally, to find the really low-hanging fruit that are going to be the easiest, you sort it by the smallest searches, and you check the difficulty there. That's going to be built into the system. Probably by the time you're using this, it'll do that automatically. It'll do Josh's top 80. And so again, the top 80 is the top keyword ROI, the ones that have the best ROI of traffic times money times year-over-year change. Then it'll do the ones that are the hottest this year, that are up. This one's up 300%. This one's up 100%. Then it'll do the ones with the most money behind it. And then it'll do the ones with the least amount of traffic to find the best balance of the super low-hanging fruit pages that could be more supporting pages. They're not really going to make the client any direct money because they're on stuff like, well, I mean, they might, right? Annulment Attorney Los Angeles makes a lot of money for people, right? So that it could very well be a money page. And quite frankly, Ryan, tell me what you think about this. Sometimes it's gotten into the SEO industry that you have to build these topical cluster pages, or these silo pages, or these supporting pages that are not money-making pages for your client, and you have to waste a lot of time and a lot of money on those pages that are not directly making money so that the money pages can rank. What if you could combine them, right? Wouldn't it be a good strategy that, how about your supporting pages also make you money? So every page you're building is a supporting page and also making you money. Isn't that more efficient and is going to make you more money in the long run?
100%. I mean, even when sometimes, some people will build these really tiny pages out. I mean, I have found throughout the architecture of your site can kind of play into it. And we know Google reads a couple link steeps and everything. So I'm of the opinion that depending how your client's site is maybe possibly already currently built, that you might put everything on one page if it looks like you can build it that way. I think Google just looks for good organization of that content to kind of match the way they might organize it. And that can just be done with headers and such. But there's times when content might be better suited to just talk about a few things. Everything that I create, we do try and put a spin and a hook on the page that would, if it maybe is content that's a bit more mid-funnel, we'll send them to the money page and then kind of get that conversion. But we typically only start going after mid-funnel content after we've built all the money page content.
Yeah, so the funnel he's talking about here, and I could draw a little diagram here. Basically, this is the search and sales funnel. The top is informational queries like, what is annulment? Do I need annulment? What is it? And then the next level here is, what is the best annulment lawyer or annulment attorney Los Angeles? Or annulment law Los Angeles? That's the middle of the sales funnel that Ryan's talking about, where they're closer to having credit card in hand, and they're closer to making a purchase, and they're trying to get more specific information about making a purchase. And then finally, the sharp edge of the sales funnel is like, I need an annulment attorney now, or annulment attorney Los Angeles is pretty low in the sales funnel, quite frankly. Sorry, Ryan?
Yeah. So if they're like, hire me, or if they put the city in with the annulment, that's pretty low in the sales funnel. But if you're like with most cities, a business will target, 5 to maybe 10 surrounding cities with the same service. So targeting just those money pages should be enough gusto for Google to get what you're about and rank those. If you ever had a client who maybe had a super competitive term and it was like their only service page you could think of, like a software SEO campaign might make you think about that. There's so many things you can rank for. But in this case, in service-based sites, you could pretty much just build out money pages, stuff that's going for that end of funnel. And I'd be surprised if you can get to the end of that work list before they start having leads come in. I would be surprised.
That's a good point. So it's all about finding the money pages to rank them for. And sometimes to build up the site to be powerful, you need to build supporting pages. And you could still do that with this system. But I say, it looks like it's run the keyword difficulties now. I would say, why not? And so now with the Josh 80 that's been run here, or close to them, looks like pretty much all of them are very close to them have been done. So now we're finding really low-hanging fruit that are super easy to rank for, 16%, some difficulty of 4. Well, that's just Instagram. Never mind. But that Instagram and Wikipedia probably don't count. But look at the garbage they're putting here, because they're like, oh, we don't have anything else better to rank for this. Instagram to rank for this. They have nothing better to rank for this. It's a super easy niche to rank for. Whatever this is, Wasser Attorney Los Angeles, Manhattan Beach Family Attorney. These are super easy keywords to rank for. That have a really good keyword difficulty. So then you can also do the final ROI with that and be like, okay, good. Look, I've got a lot of super good keywords to rank for. I can start building out pages that are also going to make you a lot of money, but also are super easy to rank for. And you can do keyword ROI first and build these ones out, and then you could do the easiest keyword difficulty and build these out 5 at a time, 10 at a time, 20 at a time for each. And you're going to come across keywords that make a lot of money, but are super easy to rank for, like these. Los Angeles prenuptial agreement, affordable divorce attorney, divorce lawyer Burbank. You're going to find ones that are going to make you a lot of money moving forward that are also super easy to rank for. Mm-hmm. And so that is super important to do. And that basically is the name of the game. Yeah. You need to find super easy keywords to rank for first. If you don't find the easy keywords to rank for first, then you're spending too much money, making too few pages, and they're not making your client any money, right? You need to make your client money. You need to find the pages that are going to make the money first. And that's why that part of the process is so important. So let me check quickly to see if there's any questions here. All right. So the firm in UK says, how do you figure out pricing? Most SEO companies don't publish pricing. I'm currently offering gigs, but I want to transition to my own company. That's a great question, firm in UK. So really, pricing depends on what everyone else around you is charging. You can ask clients how much they were paying previously. You can also ask ChatGPT what people generally charge. That'd be a good thing to use ChatGPT for. I think the basic price would start around $500 based in my experience, and would go up to $5,000 a month, even higher, quite frankly. Yeah. Ryan, do you think those numbers are generally on par?
Those are on par. I get asked this question a lot. And what I always like to tell people is that you can really ask for anything that you want, so long as you can justify it. And knowing maybe where you want to be in a year might help you come up with the pricing. And I say this because like everyone's always looking at everyone else's pricing, wondering what can I get, but their pricing won't get you to like your goals. And at the end, we're doing this to kind of get somewhere. So a couple of things I always bring up when you're looking to do pricing. One, who's your audience going after? You probably won't get a $5,000 a week retainer from a tree trimming company. Right. Law firm, probably, considering one file from them is at least $5,000. If you can get them 10 files a month, pays for your service. So you think a little bit like that. And like, for example, me, if I'm signing law clients, they're paying a minimum $5,000 a month, depending how many locations, that can go up from there. What accompanies the amount that you'll charge will be obviously the quality of the service, but coming up with those prices internally, what I do is I just line up everything that's going to cost me to do the job. I have my spreadsheets. I have a margin goal that I always try and reach. I price it for that, and then go from there. And if the client does give a budget, I try and work within it. It kind of depends, but I always try and give a pricing based off what they need to get a win in 6 months, which is sometimes why just saying I'll do it for $1,500 a month might be ill said, because what if there's a bunch of issues with the site that you got to get fixed? So hopefully that kind of helps. There's no like right or wrong answer, but know your audience, know your costs, and make sure you just charge what you would consider fair and can make you money.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you got to know your costs, right? But that's the beautiful thing about this AI is that for a low cost per month, it's doing the work of $500 or $1,000 for you at least.
It's true.
So you don't have to pay employees to do it anymore. It's allowing you to charge more as well. So for a low cost per month, what this AI is, quite frankly, compared to what it does for you, it finds all the lucrative keywords, finds all of your SEO keywords on your page and puts them in your page for you, and it writes the content for you and does a first draft. All you need to do is edit it. It's a super important
I just built
thing.
out SOPs for this. Yeah, I have a VA and I'll sign in, get the keywords, clients get started, we get rolling.
To use Keyword Spy.
Yeah, I got that AppSumo deal I got to go on. So we're using this now, which is great. So I built an SOP, I hired a person. In my price list, on my spreadsheet of costs, I have how long that takes. I have an SOP made. So I'm knowing and I'm doing the contract and I'm giving someone an estimate, I know that maybe the keyword research might cost me $25 of labor, plus, the software fee, which is, once you get an agency, software fees are like nothing. That's just a part of doing business. But it makes it quick, makes it easy, and the tool's good. Like it measures good things, so it helps us stay on track.
Awesome. Yeah, exactly. And that's what you need is a tool that does measure good things and not just, you have you have a rel canonical tag as a problem. I mean, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, that can be an SEO problem, but it's like out of the list of important things, it's like 40th, and you want to bill for the important stuff. The Furman, so Furman, it depends on your costs, how much you want to charge, and how much can you get. Quite frankly, how much can they afford, and what kind of service are you giving? Is it a simple service or a premium service? With this AI, with super smart AI, you could bill for a premium service, and it takes you way less time. Which you don't have to tell the client or customer that.
Because that's a good point. You don't have to share your softwares. This is your secret sauce when it comes to the client. Sometimes clients will hear about a software and then just think they can cut you out. But the benefits of these is your benefits. Don't price yourself less because it takes you less time. Because maybe, I don't know, the internet explodes one day and you have this really low cost you have to meet. So price things to what fair value is on MSRP.
Yeah. Always go as high as you can with pricing, and then discount from there if you need to. The Furman asks, how do you judge a powerful site existing? So that was in regards to this question here. How do you know you're already using a powerful site? It's up to you. Does it have high domain authority? Is it already ranking really, really well? Is it got tons of traffic? You determine if it's a powerful site or not. Are you already ranking with dozens, if not hundreds of keywords? Then yeah, maybe it's a powerful site. If not, then it's probably not. You decide if you think you're a good author on this, and Google knows about it. Does Google know you're a top level expert in this niche? If I Google niche plus expert, do you come up in the top 10 or the top 20? Well, then no, then you're not a top level expert in this niche. The Furman says, can you explain the difficulty score, please? How does that relate to the expected page rank position? That's a great question. So in here, when we were looking at this, I was saying this here. So look at these difficulties here. So I said the average difficulty is 19%. Now that's very, very low. The higher difficulties are like 40%, 50%. And what this number means here is we know based on statistics, because I can see all the rankings in the back end. I can see how well everyone is doing, and we can change the app in real time if Google ever makes an update and we need to pivot. We've never had to because we're pretty future forward in terms of knowing where Google is going. But we can see the app in the back end, how well people are ranking, and we can pivot and change the stats of things that we need to. And we know that with an average difficulty of 19%, basically you're guaranteed spot 20 to 40. You're going to come in at spot 20 to 40 if you're in the green for our content, which I'm going to show you what that means in a second, how to build out the content. And that's how you would build out backlinks, and that's how you would build out content. It's the same process. Because you're making a page at the end of the day and the AI is doing it for you. The AI is doing all the work for you, basically. It's doing 99% of the work for you. The last 1%, you just have to edit a couple things and you're done. But at 19%, Furman, we know that you'll come in at spot 20. So on page 2 to 3 is where you're going to come in without doing any other SEO. That's just your on page. You will come in at least spot 20 to 30 if you just do on page when the difficulty is this high. And we're saying, hey, look, here's a low-hanging fruit, which is only difficulty of 10. You can knock this guy off so easily. He doesn't even have an EMQ page focus on whatever this is, which is a great sub-keyword. Look at this, Persian divorce lawyer in Los Angeles. You can knock that guy off. So, I mean, that's just an example of the keyword. If you're like, Josh, that keyword sucks. Okay, well, we've got here for you 100 of them on just that alone. And then I can run this one and find a whole bunch more if I want. So you can just iterate and get hundreds and hundreds of thousands of keywords. This is a very small niche. Divorce lawyer LA is a very small niche. You're only going to get like 100 keywords out of this. For a bigger niche, the bigger the niche, the more keywords the AI is going to find for you. He had a few more questions here. Have you ever been blamed for? This is a great question. I'm glad you asked it, Furman. He says, have you ever been blamed for a page tanking? And I'll answer this one. The answer is, of course, yes. Of course.
Oh, yeah. That's just the nature of the game. Yeah. You got to take those punches sometimes.
But here's the thing. You need to be next generation. And it hasn't happened to me for the last really 6 years because I've been running Underground SEO University where we reverse engineered the algorithms. If you want to get access to that secret mastermind group, email me. I can get you a discount. They also have discounts on Keyword Spy if you're paying the full price for Underground SEO University. Or we can work some kind of discount in both ways. Email me with secret sauce in the subject line at joshbrzezinski@gmail.com. We also have a discount for you guys for Keyword Spy as well. For those people who want to try it out, you can try it free for 2 weeks. So just making sure I say that before I forget. And then you can also email us for the discount. We'll tell you about that afterwards. My point is that after the last 6 years of running Underground SEO University and reverse engineering the algorithms, haven't had much tanking. But yeah, Whose fault is it? Of course, Furman, it's the SEO's fault. If the pages don't rank or they stop ranking, I'm sorry to say, it is the SEO's fault. It's our fault. Whose fault is it? It's not usually the client's fault. Yes, sometimes the client, as we've talked about, gets you to rank for crazy keywords that were never going to work to begin with. And yes, sometimes the clients do technical things that make the site crash. Okay, well, fine. Well, then that's the client's fault, right? But at the end of the day, if you're not using super smart AI to find the right keywords that can guarantee you rankings, we can guarantee you those rankings. When I said the average difficulty was 19%, we guarantee 20 to 30, I'm not whistling Dixie, right? That is pretty much statistically guaranteed based on the back end of what I'm seeing. I'm not making that up. So that's how we can be so confident that we know our tool is good and we know it's going to help people because we all use it. Ryan uses it, I use it, Greg uses it, we all use it for our SEO too. And we want our SEO to succeed because at the end of the day, it is our fault if it doesn't work. Whose fault is it really? So that's why you need to have a super smart tool like this working for you to make it easier, to make it better, to make it more reliable, to get into a system that you know is going to work. And you can master the tool. You don't have to learn SEO anymore, or there's bits of it you don't have to learn on page. You don't have to learn on page SEO anymore. All that training time is not really required anymore. Not all of it anyway, just a little bit of training time to learn a tool of how they work. And every tool is slightly different. So there will be a slight learning curve in learning how we do things, but it's very easy. It's very simple. We have guided tours. We have tutorials. We have mouse overs telling you all the steps of what to do. It's not that hard to do. All you got to do is learn the tool and it automates your on-page SEO for you. So yeah, Furman, I'm glad you asked that question because I mean, whose fault is it? I mean, Ryan, am I wrong? Am I right? You want to chime in on that? Greg, you want to chime in too?
Yeah, this is sometimes a thing in SEO where if a page falls, it's your fault if you're the SEO guy. And this doesn't mean like you like intentionally want like tank to say you did something wrong, but the nature of the beast, like if mail wasn't delivered in a business, it's the mail guy's fault. If sales weren't made in a company because sales are down, it's the sales guy's fault. You just got to wear that, but don't always take it like, hey, you did something wrong. It's like, hey, this fell. It's your department. We got to fix it. So when a client comes and says that to you, you can be like, hey, yeah, no, I've seen that fall. Thanks for the report. It's better when you also tell them that it fell instead of them telling you. Just to put it out there, order of operations is important. We have 2 notification systems in our keyword rankings. One's for the client, one's for us. The dates are different. So we're a little bit ahead of the curve.
That is a pro tip. That is a pro tip right there.
Yeah. And so when you come in and you say, hey, we saw this keyword fall, following up with like, here's what we're doing already to try and see what's going on is going to ease that conversation. But if the client comes to you and is like, hey, this keyword tanked, it's your fault, and your first response is, it wasn't my job or it's not my thing, that's not going to resonate well.
No.
So just be ahead of it. Hopefully you tell them about it and just say, hey, yeah, no, we saw that. We're looking into it. If there's an update going on, and maybe explain some of the volatility things that you might see with it. But you got to wear those ones in the chin and come up with a solution and don't worry about whose fault it is. Just get it fixed. That's
where you could start using Keyword Spy or an advanced AI tool to be like, okay, let's audit this. Let's check the numbers really quick, see if they've changed. Let's check the competitors, see if they've changed, because we do complete keyword spy analysis and keyword competitor spy analysis called keyword spy. You can spy on the competition, but you're also spying on the AI, really, is what you're doing. Google's AIs, in fact. You can do an audit really quick and see those things. In fact, let me show you in the system how to do it. So thanks for asking the questions, Furman. Furman says, got it, thanks. I tried a few keywords and I was getting 40 to 60%. Great. I'm not sure what that means. Let me know. Kier asks...
it means the difficulty is 40 to 60.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that means really hard. If it's 40 to 60%, that's very difficult, right? We can rank for those. You will get page 5 or 6 when you build into our system, and then you can SEO from there. If you don't know what to do from there, join Underground SEO University. If you already know how to do SEO, you just need to automate your on page, then by all means, Keyword Spy is the tool for you. Keyword Spy is the tool for you. And once you learn, if you phase out and you just go on Keyword Spy, that's a natural progression. We're expecting that. That's good to do too. Kier asks, any opinions on cloud stacking? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fancy names for support pages, but at the end of the day, support pages are support pages. I don't like support pages, as I said, because why would you want to have a page that is not going to make them any money, right? This is not going to make them as much money because it doesn't have as a high keyword ROI as this will. So instead of going for all your cloud pages or whatever your support pages, or you're building up topical clusters, which we can do too, we can build up topical clusters, and we build them up for you here in Beta Tools under topical clusters. I get rid of this thing here. You select this, you choose a language, you say submit, and here's a bunch of topical clusters you can build out, support pages: LA divorce attorney, attorney, divorce, LA Los Angeles, some of the more specific pages just for that. Like I said, it's a small niche. This would be up to 30 or 40 pages if it was a bigger niche. But I don't like doing that anyway. I like going in here and I like finding the pages with the highest final ROI. These are both support pages and they're money pages, right? Why build pages that are just, quite frankly, support pages? Why spend all your money and time on pages that are not making the client money? Because at the end of the day, if you rank 100 pages that aren't making the client money, they're not going to keep hiring you. They're going to be like, great, you got me rankings, but you didn't make me any money. I can't afford to pay you anymore. I'm not, right? So if you want to have a happy medium, what we do is 50% support pages, 50% money pages. You can just go for like the easiest ones of these if you need to. You could just sort it by the easiest and do like 5 or 6 or 10 of these. And then you support it by final ROI, and you do 5 or 10 of these or whatever it is, however many you want to build out. You could do 20 or up to 50, quite frankly, depending on how much you want to do. And then you have both a good blend of supporting pages, whatever you want to call them, topical cluster pages, silo pages, cloud pages. They're all just fancy names for supporting pages. There's supporting pages that are building up your site, building up the juice of your site, building up the rankings of your site, looking impressive to the client, getting you traffic, getting you links, getting you internal links, getting you all the good signals. And there's money pages. And there's no reason why money pages and supporting pages can't be the same pages. This is something that really annoys me with the SEO industry, that people think, oh, I have to build cloud pages or silo pages. No, you don't. You need to build pages, and you need to get the pages ranking, and they need to be money pages and ranking as fast as possible. So build supporting money pages that are both going to make money, not as much statistically as the big money pages, but they're going to make some, and they're also supporting pages. And that way you're not wasting your time and your money. You're making as much money as possible, as efficiently as possible for you and your client as fast as possible. And that's the name of the game. It's not search engine gambling. It's not search engine guessing. It's not SEG. It's SEO. It's optimization. You need to be doing the optimal thing. And that would be doing the optimal efficient thing is getting the most amount of money for the least amount of cost. Faster, better, sexier. Faster, better, faster is what you want to do. So I hope that answers your question. Let me see if there's any other questions here. The Furman says, great advice, thanks. True Tubers asks, what is the pricing for Keyword Spy after the trial? Okay, well, seeing as you asked, I'll tell you. It says $244 on the website. On the website, and we got a whole bunch of guaranteed boosts here, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. On the website, on the pricing page, it says here $244, and you get tons of credits. You get 1 million AI credits, which is 700,000 words. You get 500 keyword difficulty scores, which is not just the keyword difficulty ones, but the one that actually have keyword difficulty scores because it costs money. You get a lot, right? You get a lot per month, and that's $244 per month, and it does all this other great stuff that I'm about to talk about. However, we can give you $100 discount on that, perpetual. So we can grandfather you in at only $144 a month for one user, if that's just what you want to do. Or we can get you an agency price at, I think the agency price is $287. Don't quote me, Greg. I think the agency price we can get you is $287. If you just mention you saw this show, because you're a subscriber, because you're a listener, we can get you those prices. And that's a great price, quite frankly, for 3 million credits, over 1 million words, 1,500 keyword difficulty scores. You can build up to 1,500 pages per month. Per month, you could build that out. You could probably do, 30 pages a day easily, quite frankly, build them out easily, having someone crank those out. And you can charge the client, how much? Ryan, you tell me. If you were building 1,500 pages a month for a client, how much would that cost you, if you don't mind telling me? And how much would you charge the client to build 1,500 pages per month?
So if I were to build out 1,500 pages with the processes I'm using now, it would probably be, oh God, I need to think. I've never done 1,500 math before. It would be maybe a couple grand for 1,500. Maybe more on the thousands marker. I'm thinking if I have a full-time person churning this out too. It would be expensive, but it wouldn't be as nearly expensive as what I'd bill the client, which would give me some great margins. 1,500, pages a month, that's friggin' nuts. If you could punch that out, you could charge thousands. I'd probably charge someone 10 grand if I did 1,500.
I would say 10 grand. That's what I would charge for 1,500 a month. And that's what I
Yeah.
have charged in the past for $1,500 a month. Yeah. So that's the big time. That's the big time. And you could do that with a tool,
Yeah.
with a single tool. I mean, come on. Come on.
100%. What I love about tools like this too is that it really takes off the burden of content creation. So sometimes people like you get like, can I really charge them much for a client? Some of the things that come when a client pays premium rates and you're making good money on them is like if something happens and the client's rankings fall a bit, you might have enough room in that budget to give them a one-off favor here. Look, we just pumped a bunch of extra links because you've been so great, your costs are so good, but they don't know that.
Right.
And it kind of keeps them happy.
Right. We do that all the time. Yeah. Here's some extra links. Yeah.
It's just like it just really puts a smile on their face sometimes. When I price things out, like I'm pretty much able to get my my services to about 60-70% margins in some niches. And we don't just it's not all going straight to pocket. There's other expenses, like we're doing our own research inside, we're trying to build their services. But if a client looks like they really need a helping boost because maybe some update brought them down, I don't mind doing a little bit of an extra boost because one, for me, it's really easy to implement it with a good system, SOPs and tools. And three, it's better to have that client forever, always longer than something minor, maybe causing some gruff. So once things are ranking and they're winning, it's super easy money. I have some clients, we've made them so much that it's just I have no worries about the invoices. They're always paid instant. So yeah.
And I mean, and quite frankly, 1,500 pages a month are great. I mean, you could do more. You're just not doing difficulty scores on them. You could build more than that. But quite frankly, if there's an agency out there that needs to do higher numbers than this, just email us. We can definitely work something out for you. We can get you something that will work for you for your budget. We can definitely work something out for you. So I'm only saying this because somebody already asked. Those are the prices. We can get you a single user at $144 a month, grandfathered. We can get you agency grandfathered at $287. If you need to higher than this, we can get you higher numbers. If you need higher than this, we can get you higher numbers too. Whichever way, just let us know. We can work it out. And this, you can charge tens of thousands of dollars for able to build out things like this. That is where the money is for sure. Cloud Stacks is in contextual backlink page stacks on AWS. Oh, okay. So, I mean, I don't listen to the SEOs. I have no idea what Cloud Stacks are because I don't listen to that kind of garbage SEO thinking. But yes, how to build backlinks. That's just backlinks. Sure. With other backlinks, fine. We can do that. Yes, I'll show you how to do the backlinks in a second. So, all right. So that's the keyword difficulty. Now, how do you build the pages out? Now, these pages can be, the report is long done and the article will probably be done by now too, quite frankly. Basically, it's just building out pages. So you do a report, you get your results, and you can see we have multiple AIs we've reverse engineered here. We build you actual models. We have the BERT test, the neural matching rank brain test, and another neural matching rank brain test. And we score out. I skipped these ones to make sure it was done quickly, just as a spray and pray page, just doing the one BERT test, just to make sure that we've done quickly for the demo. But to show you one, for example, on the new system. Now this isn't gone live yet because this is the new system. But in the new system here, we have a new score, a new sexy score, that nobody else has, that nobody else even knows about. That is called TW-BERT, term weighting PERT. And it's a new test that has both positive points, but also has negative points for words that are not, that the term weighting would be less. We actually have reverse engineered a transformer that does term weighting for you, just like TW-BERT does in the white paper that they put out recently. That SEO, the SEO Twitters were a flutter about, and we have that score built in, and it goes as well. And you could start mix and matching certain tests and build them all up to get the absolute best keywords that nobody else, quite frankly, has for you. So that's super cool and super important. And that's in staging. We're testing it out. We're going to be rolling that out to the main app very, very shortly. So I'll just give you a quick reason why you want this. We reverse engineer the rank brain keywords of what it is you want. We reverse engineer the BERT keywords of what it is you want. And we find the actual search query intent, which is very important with the helpful content AIs that are coming out. We actually do the neural matching keywords for you, which I skipped again because this is the biggest model to build. It is the biggest on-page algorithm, but it's the biggest model to build, and I skipped it just to make sure that the test was done for the demo I'm doing. We also do knowledge graph keywords. Generally, when you do a normal keyword report, we have DOM vector testing, which actually machine learns all the HTML and tells you what HTML you want to use. We'll be pimping this out in future versions. We have the competitor analysis here, which you can check all the different exact match keywords counts the NLP semantic, the heat, how helpful each of your competitors are. We do all that competitor spying for you. Test pages is only for SEO University students. It has special stuff here that only SEO University students has. And then results. We give you the results. Again, this would be done if I had not skipped them, just to make sure it's done quickly. You don't have to do those. For spray and pray support pages or for backlink pages, you would probably do spray and pray and only do the one test to get it done faster. And then you would build out the article, which I've already had written automatically from the other screen. And it's probably already done, and it is. And so it wrote a completely automated article for you, which is already done on its own, which is this one's super, super long. It's way longer than it needs to be. So all you need to do is just cut it down to get it in the right numbers is all you need to do. So we cast a very wide net. It's very, very rich in keywords, 104 already. And the heat is 83. It's got a super high heat score, meaning it's super helpful. And you can use this content both on your own site, or if you like super long articles, you could do that. Or you can use this content as a backlink article, right? So you put your backlink in here however you want. If you don't know how to do backlinking properly to get guaranteed boosts that are way better than cloud stacking or whatever that is. No offense to the person who asked the question. No offense to you at all. Complete offense to the charlatans out there that are selling that as a thing. If you want to learn how to do real backlinking, join Underground SEO University and we'll teach you how to do it, and you build the page out. It's done here in 20 minutes. You build it out, done. It would have been done a long time ago if I wasn't talking and answering questions. And what we go in here is you're like, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to half this about. It doesn't need to be so long. I'm going to get rid of this. Is where I'm going to stop it off. And then by doing that, you get the numbers way down. Down a bit anyway. We did need to get it down quite a bit. It's still too long. So you'd cut it off. It doesn't take long at all. I'm going to cut down a little bit more, like say this. And you see, very easily, just by cutting things out, there we go, boom, I'm already too low. I need to add a little bit more back. I can undo that, and then maybe go to about here. Maybe that would be good enough. So there we go. In 5 seconds, by just deleting some, you can get the numbers into the right spot you want to get them into. So it's very simple to get it. That took me 5 seconds. Not hard to do at all. And you're getting the numbers in the right amount of where you want to get them. And if I do this one, this is already good enough for a backlink article. This is perfectly fine for a backlink article. Boom. So you're done. So now you copy and paste this. You go into the HTML. You see it has HTML here. You copy and paste this. You go into the HTML. For a backlink article, you don't have to have all the numbers in the green. And you put your backlink in here however you want to do that, however you like to do that. And then for your own page, you'd want to get, for your own site, you want to get all these numbers in the green, and you want to have a slightly higher heat score. We're building out a higher quality article generator. We're also building out an audit system, which will tell you what you need to do. Basically, the AI does what an AI consultant does. You put in your page, it will completely tell you everything you need to do. In an audit system, that's with the system as well. You would get that for the grandfathered price. We are definitely going to raise the price to this tool when the audits come out. So again, it's really simple. For AI, we did this in a couple seconds. We also did the URL. Boom, it's done. The title is done. LA Divorce Attorney, find the best divorce lawyers. And the meta description is done. And boom, we spy on your competitors. We tell you right here how many EMQs they use in the body URL and the title tag and meta description. And you can follow that if you want to, depending on how you like to do SEO. If you don't know how to do SEO, join Underground SEO University, email me. Or you can check here the exact match as well for your competitors and what they use if you want to match them, if that's the kind of SEO you like to do. Either way, we give you all the information here that you want to do. You'd want to make sure that if you're doing this on your page, you want to have a higher heat score and you want to have these numbers in the green. But for a backlink page, this is already perfectly fine. You would generate this and you could generate this a bunch of times. And you're like, hey, I don't like this article. I want to do another one. Fine. Generate the article again. Just do an article. I won't do these ones here this time. I'll say divorce law pro tips. That's the author role, and that's going to be the angle as well. And say continue, and say, okay, fine, it'll build another article. But when this is done in 5 or 10 minutes, it's going to be a totally different article. You'd work on the numbers again, and there's another backlink page. And you just keep cranking them out, right? You could just keep cranking them out. Now that this is done, You just keep cranking out the page after page after page after page. And you can see the first step is already done of generating the headings and the subheadings. Now it's building it section by section, ensuring you have the highest sheet. And if you're like, what's sheet, Josh? That's just my playful little acronym based on the Google acronyms. You know the Google acronym of EAT, of experience, authority, and trust. Sheet is semantic keywords, helpful keywords, experience keywords, expertise keywords, authority keywords, and trust keywords. And quite frankly, no other tool does this. No other SEO tool has a heat score for your page, right? No other SEO tool has all of the Google AI algorithms reverse engineered in it, and boom, done again already. Now we just run the numbers. Again, the numbers are going to come in really, really high, and that's by design, so you can just cut it down and get the right numbers you want. And it gets the heat score. And now all you do is use some quick editing, which you really don't need to. If this was an article, you don't need to really edit any of this, right? And it's a little bit too long, although, again, for a backlink article, again, who really cares? So boom, you take it down. You take it down. The heat score is good and high. You want to check to see what it is after you're done here. And then you would change this if it was on your page. Obviously, you have to edit a couple things, make sure it's good. Ryan, you tell me, how important is it to make sure you double check the article, no matter who writes it, whether AI writes it or not? How important is it to double check the article when you're doing agency SEO?
It's really important. It's very important. If you guys are going to be doing premium SEO, nothing, I don't necessarily know why, but nothing rubs the client wrong if there's something in their client that might be off brand. Sometimes AI tools might put it in another company, a lawyer that's maybe not in that firm, and you can't rely on AI to trust the accuracies of the information about. Yeah, so cool. He has names in there for theirs, but always read through it. It's cool that this does that. I didn't know it did that. What else does it do? Does yours take out the name and replace it with?
It can, yes. Yeah. So it's like, make sure you add firm name here, but there's also lawyers here. You could see that got it added in. So you need to read it, right? AI is still infancy technology. The heat score is still quite high, still quite good, even though I cut it down, and I've cut down the quality numbers here. Mm-hmm. So boom. For a backlink article, which is what I'm showing you how to do here, this is already good enough for a backlink article. Quite frankly, who cares if it says firm name and someone else's name? That's fine. If you wanted to use this on your site, obviously you need to edit it. It doesn't matter if the AI says it does it perfectly. So let me turn this off here so you can see our faces to see how important this is. Here's another pro tip. For agency SEO, it doesn't matter if the AI says it does it perfectly. It doesn't matter if we say we do perfect AI articles. It's not good enough for agency SEO. You definitely need to take the 5 whole minutes to proofread it afterwards to make sure it's on brand for your client. Or it's possible you could train an AI to do that and check just for your client. I could help you do that. Keyword Spy can help you do that. We understand how to build AIs very easily. You could have special stuff just for your agency as well. There could be a post AI that's on there that just edits it for your clients and for your kind of SEO, so you don't even need to read it. That's possible too. But out of the box, any AI tool, even as smart as ours, you need to proofread it yourself. You cannot just put it on a site. For backlinks, you don't need to proofread it. Just go. Who cares? Just go. As long as it indexes, you're good. Just go with it. This is perfectly fine. Like this article I have going on here is perfectly fine. You could go with it already. The numbers are good. If you get it indexed, great, good for you. And that was 5 minutes. You don't like it? Generate another one. And you're just generating these articles out, and you just keep rinse and repeat and keep going. So, I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that. And then if you want it for your site, you need to proofread it. You need to make sure these numbers are in the green. You don't have to. You could publish it like this if you want. You're only 0.8 off the green here. And you're only 0.03 off the green here. And this is in the green here. This is the optimization score. You don't want to be over-optimized. That's the one I'll say you definitely don't want to be playing with. And the heat score is already really high. It's quite helpful article. So, I mean, we do a better job than pretty much every other AI generator out there for helpful articles getting the numbers in the green. That will actually boost you from ones you did keyword discovery on that you know are easy to rank for to begin with. And that's the winning system. But if it's your own article, you definitely want to edit it, play with it, get it in the green. If it's going on your client site, if it's a backlink page, you just delete this, generate another article, and go, and Bob's your uncle. And you could just keep generating them out. It's super easy. It couldn't be easier. All right, so let's wrap this up. Let's see if there's any more questions there. Furman says, great advice, thanks. Kier says, nice. Furman UK says, what cloud stacks are, enter internal soil. Says, Josh, I'm George. Hey, George, please explain if there are additional costs for keyword spy and keyword discovery. No, George. I mean, there's no, I mean, if you run into your credits, you run into your credits. There has to be a limit because it costs us money, right? But no, there's no extra additional costs. I'm not sure what you're getting at there, George, or let me know.
I know sometimes if you go over like credits, you're like auto billed sometimes for credit things. If you go over, I'd be surprised if someone goes over 1 million, but that might be what it is.
No, I don't think that's happening. But if it is, let us know.
Yeah.
The only thing I've ever seen is like when there's an upgrade, there's some partial sort of transaction that may happen. What do they call it, like retroactive or something like that? But I've never seen it shuts you off. You can't use more credits than you're allocated. And I know it doesn't like bill extra for used credit. So
cool.
But email us if you have like actual something to show, like screenshot or anything. hello@trykeywordspy.com. I'll take a look.
Yeah, there's no additional costs unless you go over your credits. If you need more credits, then you need higher costs. It costs us money, right? So, and the system is not cheap to run, but that's good because you want that super smartness in the back end working for you. The Furman asks, is there a batch spray and pray option to generate multiple articles? There is. Right now you can generate 10 at a time in the system. So there is a batch system to use that. You can do that here in Keyword Spy. You put the batch 10 in here. You can also get a bunch running already from Keyword Discovery. You could highlight a whole bunch here. You could highlight a bunch here.
We're close to getting that
Starting
from
a batch
10 to maybe 20, 30, 50 even. So we're almost at the point where, you know, the infrastructure is ready to accommodate more in bulk. So stand by for that. But that will be I'm sure a game changer for a lot of people who like to do, you know, multiple pages in bulk at once type deal. So
yeah, auto pages and building bulk pages is another huge strategy for rank and rent, for buying and selling sites, and for, again, building out backlinks really quickly. So that definitely is definitely a good thing coming down the pipe. And the more we're able to, the more users we have, the more we're able to optimize our systems, make things faster. And we're always looking at how to improve the speed and whatnot. Furman asks, is the optimization score for just the article content, or does it suggest URL keywords and schema, etc.? So that's a great question. So this content score here is just for this content, including the headers you have in it. So that's just for this content here. We do have AIs that do check the numbers you're supposed to have here for all these sections, for URL, for title, for meta description, for all these sections that you're supposed to have. And does do the SEO analysis on them and gives you the absolute best keywords that don't go over or optimized, which you can go over optimized on these as well, which is why it's very important to make sure you have the proper keywords in here as well. So yes, the system does all that for you. And you mentioned schema. Schema is interesting. We do have a system that does do some HTML analysis, and our DOM vector system does all HTML analysis for you. You might be surprised to hear that schema is not the booster you might think it is. There's another reason why you want to go with Keyword Spy and or Underground SEO University is because we know what the actual ranking factors are, and we know what they're not. And I got a little hint for you. Schema is not. Or sometimes it is. It depends. It's not that easy. It's not just schema is a ranking boost and I want our tool to tell me what to do for it. Our tool will tell you the right things to do and not what people think is the right things to do. So that's another reason why you would go for it, is because I'm always checking the stats in the back end. I'm always checking the actual ranking factors, and what actually is going to boost you, and not just using the tools, which are guessing. All the other tools, quite frankly, are just guessing what the ranking factors are. They actually have no idea. And at the end of the day, they don't actually care. We care because I'm checking. I need to know to make sure I'm ranking you because I'm checking the factors in the back end so that I know what to tell people. It's a symbiote relationship. You rank, so I know what to say, so that you rank, so that I make money. And it's a symbiote relationship, right? So that's why you want to go with Keyword Spy, because we're one of the only honest ones out there that are making sure that it's actually going to boost you. And we're not just being like, you wanted a schema tool? Fine, here's a schema tool. Because you wanted it, whether it boosts you or not, we have no idea, and we don't really care. That's not the kind of tool you want to go with. You want to go with the tool that's actually going to tell you what to do. Our AI is next level compared to all of our competition, and we're doing the right thing at the same time. That's because, quite frankly, if I could toot my own horn, just because I'm so good at doing SEO and building AIs, that's why we're able to iterate so quickly. And we're so good at building it out. Yeah, there's the occasional bug, but we're doing remarkable, revolutionary things that's never been done before. So there's going to be some bugs. That's why we're still in beta, quite frankly. So that's why you're getting the grandfathered low price of only 144 or 287 for the agency. But most of the bugs are worked out now, and you can just use the system pretty normally and naturally. So I hope that answers your question, Furman. All right, last questions. George says, thanks. No problem there, George. Thank you for watching. Thanks for joining. And the Furman says, Greg, there was a credits info box on the page a little while ago, and it's gone now. Is that coming back? So I think he's talking about the credit information that used to be here.
Yeah, just close that toolbar. It looked like crap. That's why I removed it. Now click that little credit card, and then it'll pop up. So
I see. There it is.
We had like that when it was expanded. We had that sort of shrunk in that section. It was just, it didn't fit. It was too small a font. It was just not a good place to have it. But there's many places on the dashboard, in your subscription now. It's in like 3 or 4 different places, so very accessible.
You can view credits here.
Yeah.
We could also just list the credits up here. People like to see the credits. We could list them up here. The credit card for when it's expanded could show up here as well. That would be a good idea. Because of left to right reading, the first thing they ignore this entirely because this blue blends in, and they just see this, right? It could also go here. People would see that from left to right readers. So there's a bunch of different places we could see it. Thanks for the feedback, Furman. We can definitely make sure that it's in more places. You can easily see it, and you can easily add more credits, which is super cheap to do anyway. If you ever run out of credits, you can add more. It's super cheap to do. It's not a lot of money at all to add a few more credits by boosting this up. Alrighty. Well, thanks very much, guys. He says, got it, thanks. No problem. So building out agency SEO is, challenging, but it's also rewarding. You can make a lot of money doing agency SEO. You could be charging clients $5,000 a month, $2,000 a month, $10,000 a month. And you'd be like, Josh, I can't support that because I can't build out the pages. Now you can. Now you can build out the pages or the backlinks, which is even easier, as I just showed you, at a much higher level. Think about this. If you're not getting on AI, your competitors are. Your competitor agencies are going to be using an AI system like this, and they're just going to get better and better over time. I would get with the AI system that is doing this at a high level, our system now, while it's the low price possible. Because I'm not lowering the price later on, guys. This is the low price now, and the price is just going to keep going up. The more AI we build, the more AI tasks that we take from a human's plate, and we get AI doing it effectively, efficiently, and better than a human ever could, the more that price is going to skyrocket, because you don't have to pay your writers anymore. You don't have to pay doing SEO consulting anymore. You don't have to do an audit anymore. We're getting the system to do all that automatically for you. And you can charge clients more for it. Your costs are going down and your revenue is going up. It's a no-brainer, guys. Get in on this on the bottom level, because if you don't, I guarantee your competitors are using an AI to do this. And let's hope they're using ChatGPT and crappy free tools that are going to destroy their clients' SEO rankings. They're going to lose clients. They're going to go out of business. You can swoop in and take them, having the proper AI with the proper SOPs built out, that you can build steps super fast, super easy. You can easily retrain new employees because you got the tool. You can easily get new employees because you have the tool. Heck, you might be able to get rid of some employees if you want to. I'm not saying you should. I like to retrain what you already have as opposed to fire and get rid of. I find it's easier in the long run, quite frankly. So it's a super exciting time to be in AI and SEO for AI, because you can get higher, you can charge more, and it costs you less. It's a no-brainer. Get on the system. Try free for 2 weeks. Go to trykeywordspy.com and try it free for 2 weeks. And don't sit on your hands for too long and think, I'm going to wait just a little bit longer before getting in on this, because the pricing is already $244 on the website and $544 for agency. That price is just going to go up when the audit comes out, and we're rolling that out in the next month or two. I would get in the system now because that price is going to go up. So I would get in the grandfather price now while you can. And don't say I didn't tell you. Don't say I didn't tell you that. Ryan, are you excited about AI for SEO? Are there any things I missed? Any final things you want to say?
Man, I'm definitely excited to see what it brings. if you're not on the AI train, you're definitely going to fall behind. There's a lot of like, even now I've had some clients come in because like people are like, oh, my guy's not keeping up. Get on the train. It's worthwhile. It makes it easier. I even just like finished making process tools with the keyword spine. It's great. That's my fire alarm. I'm going to mute my mic.
No, we didn't even hear it.
Oh, you can't? Oh, wow. This tool's great.
What
Honestly,
is
mine
going
went
on?
off. It went off the other day, and I ignored it. And then I went in the hallway, and it was like smoky, and I was like, "Oh, maybe I shouldn't have ignored it."
Oh, yeah, don't ignore your fire alarm. I guess let that be an indication, a metaphor for everyone. The fire alarm is going off, folks, for AI and SEO. Don't ignore it. Don't be like, this AI thing's a fad. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. And you could charge more, you can get more customers and charge them more at the same time and cost less. It's a no-brainer. Try for free.
100%.
You don't even have to use your credit card. You don't even have to give it your email. Try for free for 2 weeks. I guarantee to you that you're going to see good results. Greg, if you want to unmute yourself, do you have any final things you want to chime in there as well?
No, nothing else, Josh. I think just echoing what you had said about the features coming out and the prices potentially going up. This thing just does so much. It automates so many tasks that you would be doing if you're doing SEO correctly, at least according to our group. And come automation, saving time is saving yourself money, and like you said, you can charge clients more or just be more efficient in your own work that you're doing, building out sites, optimizing your site. So very excited for AI and SEO.
Yeah, start some side sites, start some rank and rent side sites, start selling sites on the side, right? You've got the SEO team built up. Why not use them? Start building out sites and just selling them. If you can't rank and rent them, sell them, right? You can extend your portfolio. You can diversify your income, and that mitigates your risk, right? What if all clients just go away next month? They're not going to, but what if they do? Well, fine. You've got a roster of 20 sites you're buying and selling. You can just keep rolling. You just keep going. Mm-hmm. AI allows you to do this. Do it now. Get into AI now. Don't wait for 6 months. It'll be too late. Mm-hmm. The price will be too high, and all your competitors will already be using it, and you're going to be SOL. So again, it's the time to get in. It is now. All right, guys. The people say here, awesome session. Thanks, Josh, Ryan, and Greg. No problem, Furman. Thank you for asking questions. And Steven says, you didn't tell me, LOL. Well, I'm telling you now. Get in on the ground floor now. I'll wear plaid for you guys next week. I know you like the plaid. It'll be chest hair plaid palooza. There you go for you. But I'd be professional. This is my agency professional look.
I look fast.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, guys. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Again, try Keyword Spy for free. For 2 weeks. And if you want to learn more about SEO, again, email me at joshpaczynski@gmail.com with the subject line Secret Sauce. Thanks, Ryan. And Greg, of course, as always, for being on the show. If you need any local SEO, contact Ryan. Ryan, you want to give your contact information?
Yeah, if you guys are looking to reach out and need some help, Ryan at amazingrankings.ca. That's rankings with an S. We do some amazing things. We use some of this AI tools that we were talking about. But if not, definitely check out Josh's group and Josh's tool and Greg's tool. Keyword Spy is pretty wicked.
Awesome. Thanks, Ryan. Guys, good luck in the SERPs, and we'll see you next time. Make sure you get in on the ground floor before you miss out.